So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Eazy Conversations. Thanks a lot to everyone who listened to the last episode featuring the homie Matt and I. Hope you enjoyed listening to us share our thoughts and experiences as 30-year-olds and how life has changed since we hit the big 3-0. If there's anything that you felt like you relate that spoke to you, feel free to let us know, and we'll surely have more discussions around those topics down the road. So now for episode 180 of Eazy Conversations, I'm extremely excited, of course, to be back in the studio virtually with the homie Matt. Say what's up to the people.
What's going on, everybody? Hope you're having a great time right now. I'm super excited for today's episode. Episode 180, we're going back to our roots here where Eazy Conversations started, interview format. We have a guest for you guys. We always have a great time with our guests. So, Eric, without further ado, why don't you let everybody know who we have on the show today with us?
Yeah, going back to our roots, like you said, interview format. It's been a little bit since we've done an episode like this. Really excited to bring this guy on who, especially if you're in the Ottawa scene, you've for sure seen this guy pop up on your TikTok or Instagram feeds, pumping content out on a regular basis, touching on local Canadian. We'll get into all his content, but without further ado, the homie Pat Gidzard-Boucher. Say what's up to the people.
Hey everybody, thanks so much for having me on, guys. You know, I just listened to your previous podcast today about turning 30, and definitely resonated with me. Like I'm in my later 20s at this point, so definitely was relatable for me. A lot of the points you guys have touched on, and definitely resonated, helped me kind of ease my anxiety. My birthday is actually next week. Nice. I'm not turning 30 yet, but I'm it's in sight. And yeah, really some good points, especially about exercise. Like the importance of exercise really hit me. Like exercise has been a big part of my life. I saw Matt, you just got your gym membership again with Good Life, and you guys are both Good Life members, right? Yep. Sure. So am I. Like I've been doing a Good Life forever, and appreciated that. And even the point at the end of the podcast about the Kindle, I kind of wanted to get my own Kindle because not a big book reader, but I feel like the way you kind of presented it, Matt, I was like, you know what, maybe this is what I need. This is what will get me into reading, especially as I approach my 30s. Got to do some more reading. But yeah, thanks so much for having me on. Yeah, I appreciate the opportunity.
Yeah, no, thanks a lot, Pat.
Episode 180, that's crazy. Good for you guys. How long you guys been doing this?
Been on the grind. So actually, funnily enough, it was a few days ago, 8 years ago, that I did the first episode. With at the time, it was just me, and it was actually with the homie Mart, who you know, Pat. And it was really just like no organization, just freestyle. We had a couple of topics of stuff like sports stuff, movies, really just like an easy conversation. And 8 years later, still kicking, pumping out. Bringing Matt on as a co-host made it a lot easier for me to not have to always come up with ideas. And at the time, like I was always bringing on a new guest to interview. So that's why Matt said, like, bring it back to our roots. And now we typically do just more us two, but always love to bring on someone new and get to hear about their experience or expertise. And that's what we're going to get into. And like you said, we are in the same field of putting out content on a regular basis. And I did want to give a bit of context to the listeners or viewers as to how I know Pat. So I'm actually good friends with his brother, Alex, who I've known at this point now, as I'm in my 30s, for the majority of my life. And hopefully we didn't scare you too much, Pat, with that episode there. It's not that bad, but, you know, it's just a few things creep up like we got into. But, yeah, so I've known Pat, like, for a lot of my life, but really I'd say from a distance where I've been closer with Alex. But when I saw you pop up on, like, Instagram and Twitter and TikTok, I mean, and getting quite a lot of views on your videos, it was fun to see. As again, don't know you that well to the point where I know Alex, so that's what I wanted to start off with. Is this something that you kind of always envisioned for yourself in making videos, putting content out there, or was this something that came up a little later in life?
It's a good question. I kind of always consumed content. Like I remember watching YouTube back in like 2006. Like I've always watched content creators from like YouTube to like Vine to TikTok. And then I kind of always did a little bit of stuff, but I didn't really envision it for myself. It was kind of more of an accident, I'd say. Like I was doing different stuff, but then to kind of like where I've kind of shifted into doing Ottawa, Canada-based content was almost like an accident. But part of me, I think, always wanted to, and then it just kind of like happened naturally, I'd say.
Okay.
Yeah, like you're watching the first few YouTube videos, and you're like, I can do this one day. And I find now we live in an age where it's so accessible to create content via TikTok, Instagram, and your videos are on a much like shorter, like there's much shorter than full length YouTube videos, right? You're doing like more shorts on TikTok.
From what I usually try to keep them like a minute long.
Yeah, and that's perfect, right? Because nowadays nobody wants to be. People want to keep scrolling if it's too long, right? So yeah, you have the perfect like video length out, Pat. Like you. Yeah, like I watched like maybe 9 of your videos, and I'm like, I gotta stop. I gotta save some. I don't want to watch everything. I want you to talk about some of them too. Was it hard, Pat, at first to create the videos? Like they're like pretty well made actually, and like the editing and the music and all that. Was there a lot of growing pains? Or
Appreciate it. I mean, not too much. Like the editing, I've kind of gotten a little bit better at just in the past couple of months. Like I've only really been at this for a few months now. Okay. And at first it was pretty rogue. Like I just had like a crappy little mic that my girlfriend got me, and then I got like a little Bluetooth one now, and kind of learned how to do a bit more editing, but not too difficult. No. It's just been okay. I like to just get on my bike. Like I have a bike here at home, and I do editing, and I love to edit. It's honestly one of my favorite parts, and it's like I can get a quick hour of cardio while I'm editing, and then before I know it, the hour's over and I'm not even done editing, and that's kind of the funner part. So it's not really hard. It just kind of, that part definitely just comes naturally.
Okay.
So
the harder part is coming up with ideas, I'd say, and like figuring out how to like taking the videos over and over again, saying and making sure I say the right words and everything. But the editing, that kind of comes easier.
Coming up with ideas, we definitely relate to for sure. Like every 2 weeks, it's like we drop an episode and then it's like, all right, what's the next one? And at least we have a bit of a buffer. But for you, you're not waiting 2 weeks at a time to put out reels, right? Like you want to be pumping content out relatively, I'd say, like within a few days or so. Is that kind of the plan?
Yeah, I try to do like a couple posts a week. That's kind of what I've started to do. Don't want to do like too many. Some people try to post every day on these kinds of platforms, but try to keep the momentum going while I have it. So I try to do a couple posts. Definitely, I can imagine you guys 180 episodes. Like you guys have been at this for a while, so you guys relate for sure to like trying to come up with ideas all the time. That's a really tough part, but they just kind of come and make sure I write them down so that I don't forget. And then whenever I have a chance, I just kind of sit down and get them done.
So what was the first idea for you? Like, did you come up with the idea of I want to do content that covers Ottawa/Canada, kind of throw a light on maybe an area that people aren't as familiar with? Like, how did that come about for you?
It's a good question. That's where it was kind of like an accident. Like I didn't set out to be an Ottawa influencer, and like my more recent videos where I'm doing like informative videos about Ottawa or sometimes more like satire and stuff. That's kind of newer. It started more so on TikTok. I was doing TikTok videos for honestly a few years now, dude, just doing gym videos. Yeah. Pretty kind of like cringy gym videos. If you ever scroll down, like I'm not too proud of them. They never went anywhere. And then I did this one like nostalgic video on Ottawa, and that kind of blew up a little bit. And I was like, okay, I've kind of hit a niche here. I've got to stick with that and just keep doing it. So I did nostalgic kind of content for a while on TikTok. This started back in like August of just last year is when I posted this video. And I just kind of kept up with the nostalgia, and then I just kind of didn't know where to go from there because there's only so much stuff you can kind of find online to hit that, and that's when I kind of started coming up with the idea to like put my face out there and just do different ideas. And I don't remember what the first one I did was, where I was kind of talking to the camera. But that's kind of where it came from. It was from these videos of like nostalgic Ottawa. It was really a video of the Rideau Center back in like 2010.
Okay.
That one got like maybe like 250,000 views, and I was like, okay, like this is kind of the niche. I got to stick to this. And then from there, it just kind of kept rolling, and then eventually I created my Instagram, and that's kind of gone further now from TikTok. The crazy thing, because I'm not really like a real like Instagram Reels consumer. I've always been a TikTok guy, but it's crazy how much bigger like Instagram is. There's a lot of people who just aren't on TikTok, and so many more users on Instagram. So
well, like I'm not on TikTok. I see you on Instagram, and like I said earlier, like I would just go through like a few 2-3 reels, and then your face is there. I'm like, and I see people I know who like your content. It's just funny to just think like I know you, and seeing how like you do get a lot of comments and views. And the great thing about your content too is that it farms engagement too, right? Like you're probably purposefully leaving out like major, if you're doing like a boroughs of Ottawa and like what kind of personalities are attached to those areas, you're leaving out key areas that you know you're going to get a reaction out of people and maybe ruffle some feathers. Like, is that all part of the formula of like, all right, I know if I leave Kanata off here, they're gonna go crazy in the comments. Like, is that kind of how it works?
A little bit of the rage bait for sure. That gets people. That kind of gets the comments going and the engagement going. So I found sometimes it's an accident, sometimes it's just my like opinion, or at least a note, and then people are upset in the comments. But it all kind of brings more engagement towards the videos. So definitely, sometimes
that's the way to go. Yeah. No, I appreciate that. I love your format. I love your top 5 videos, like your 5 hidden gems in Ottawa, like one of your pin videos with a lot of views. Loved it. Like another example, the pizza one, the 5 best pizza spots in Ottawa. That
people
I
are pissed about that one.
Yeah,
people are very opinionated about their pizza, so it's like
it's true.
You get a lot of comments, and people are.
I read the comments. Yeah, exactly. I was reading the comments, Pat. But the pizza ones, I don't even know. I only know one out of those 5s, and I haven't even been there. But I love things like that because I don't know enough about my own city that I've like that I've lived in my whole life. And you're making me discover stuff about Ottawa, which I love. Which, Eric, we had a whole episode on that. Like, Ottawa's kind of underrated. Like, it gets overly hated on, and I feel like you feel the same, Pat. And you highlight a lot of these things. How do you do your research for, like, let's say the pizza? Are you a big pizza guy, or did you like dig deep into that, or what was
I'm a big pizza guy for sure. That one, like, specifically, I wanted to target towards like if Dave Portnoy came to Ottawa. You know, he's a massive like pizza review guy from Barstool, and I kind of based on those locations off of like he just does cheese, sauce, and dough. Like, he's just very straight so that it's even across the playing field. So I based my pizza places just off not the ingredients that different places offer, but like the best pizza off those ingredients, and those are just my personal favorites. But yeah, a lot of people were upset that I left off some like key Ottawa locations like Pizza and all these like Ottawa classics or like Gabriel's Pizza. But maybe I'll do another pizza video where it's not so much for Dave and just kind of like in general, because got to show love to those places as well. But I feel like he wouldn't like that. It's too much cheese. Like, it's a very distinct style, like kind of Lebanese pizza that we have here in Ottawa.
So,
but you would ask like where I do the research for these videos. They just kind of like from all over. I've always been very interested in like Ottawa's history or in Ottawa, like different things about Ottawa. I've always been like kind of know like different facts about Ottawa. So some of the ideas just stem from like stuff that I already know, and then just kind of do research on, you know, Google. And I use like AI tools lately, like Copilot, ChatGPT, to kind of get some more info that I need to get for the videos. But yeah.
Nice. So on the food side, do you see yourself going down that path of, I know you're inspired by the Dave Portnoy model for the pizza, but do you see yourself doing different rankings for different foods as well, or kind of just sticking to the pizza and then...
A little bit. It's a tough crowd, honestly, the pizza thing, or like all the food stuff. Foodies in Ottawa are very opinionated about their food. And I do some food stuff because like everybody eats, you know, it's kind of like an easy thing to do. And I've gotten like opportunities to like try different restaurants for free and stuff through this. So that kind of helps with that, to keep the food stuff going. But I definitely, it's not the main focus of my content, because I feel like that market is already kind of saturated when it comes to Ottawa creators. Like there's so many Ottawa food accounts.
Right.
So I do a couple of them, and some of them do well, and I like to support businesses that I personally love, and I love to kind of highlight the places that I like. But it's definitely not going to be my main focus. It's just kind of like a side thing, because like, you know, like I said, everybody eats. Like, it's a subject that you can always kind of touch on. But every time I do those videos, like, people are always flaming my opinions and stuff. Like, even yesterday at work, one of my colleagues was like upset with one of the restaurants I named in the video. She was like, I had a bad experience there. And it's like, hey, everybody has, you know, not a great experience somewhere. But she was asking if I put it in there to rage bait her, and I was like, no, I genuinely liked it. But
it's so subjective, right? Food, like, it's
exactly,
the foodies are so opinionated too. Like, my sister kind of vibes with that. Like, she's like that too, and I'm like, man, like, it's all, I like this food, you don't, calm down. But like, you're not
a very subjective thing, you know.
Yeah.
So for some of these videos, sorry, go ahead, Matt.
No, you go.
Just gonna ask about when you've done a few like reviews for new items on a menu, for example, like, not to just stick in the food here, but are you approaching some of these? You said like you like to support local businesses that you like. Are you going out there and telling them like, hey, I've got this account on Insta, Twitter, or TikTok, and I'd like to promote your food? Do you kind of reach out to them to establish a rapport? Have they been reaching out to you? How does that kind of work when it comes to making a video around like a business's product?
Good question. No, I've never actually reached out to a restaurant. Like, I just kind of like make some videos as I go. I mean, one time a new restaurant that was a brunch spot that was opening up in around in the West End, called like Ecstatic, had reached out to me, and they were just opening. They have a bunch of locations across like the GTA and stuff, and they opened the first location in Ottawa. So they just reached out to a bunch of content creators in Ottawa, and for their grand opening, they just kind of invited them all to eat for free, and all just to like post content. And I've had like pizza places reach out to me, and I just decided not to, because I mean, like, I don't, unless I'm really into it, I'm not gonna do it. This place I was pretty down to try. Like, it looked really good, and it was. But for the other places I've done regarding food, I just kind of gone and I'm already eating there, and I've like taken a video. And for one of them, the Manx, which is like my favorite brunch spot on Elgin here at downtown, I posted a video, and it did pretty well. It got like, you know, I don't know how many views and likes, but it blew up a little bit. And the waiter who works there had reached out to me afterwards, and was like, he'd heard about my video for weeks, and he said like he's never seen this kind of reaction from a video on social media before. And he said he was making like an extra $10 in tips every weekend, and it's been crazy. And he was really appreciative. And but that was just a genuine, like, I love that spot. I haven't even gone back because I'm kind of too worried how busy it's been and everything. But no, it was fully like authentic. They didn't give me any free food. I didn't reach out to them first or anything. I was just, and I think what really like made the video blow up a little bit is because it's right next to like a very popular place in Ottawa called Elgin Street Diner. I'm sure you guys know about it, you know, and it's just right next to it, but nobody really knows about this brunch spot. So like the opening shot was just like saying like POV best brunch in Ottawa, and then I pan to the Manx, and I go there because like I go there on the weekend, and there's always a giant line for Elgin Street. And then nothing against Elgin Street Diner, still love that spot, but Manx has a little bit better quality food, and I feel like nobody really goes as much.
Not anymore. Now the tables have turned. Everyone's not going to Manx, and no one's going to the Elgin Street Diner. Who knows?
Yeah. But getting those kinds of messages from like after the fact was really, like, I loved seeing that. Just a place that I genuinely love and been going to for years, just to get kind of, for me to like just post a little video. It was like I didn't even think about really making a video going there. It just kind of happened. And yeah, just to see like that was like a 15-minute or 15-second clip, and for it to have that kind of impact where they're getting so much business just because a little video I made. I mean, I love to see it. That's what I really love to do with these kinds of things, support the places that I love. And
that's awesome.
Yeah, and it must be a great feeling, Pat, like that you impacted someone's life like that just with a 15 second video. how your videos impacted myself is I think it's in the Hidden Gems of Ottawa video, like you showed or it was a nostalgic. Anyways, it was the video you made with the Place d'Orleans fountain, the mall, the Place d'Orleans mall. You showed the fountain. That image, it triggered like 1,000 memories in my brain, and I just stopped and I had goosebumps. And your videos made me feel that, and especially that image of the Place d'Orleans mall. But it made me all warm inside. And I'm like, this is what I like to see on TikTok. Like, I think I watch a lot of 90s nostalgia video too of early 2000s, like what gym class looked like in school classrooms and stuff like that. And then I see your video. Your videos are very personal to me, and I can relate to them because we're almost the same age, and we grew up in the same time basically when we were younger. And it's I love those styles of videos, and I hope you keep making more. What are the videos, Pat, that you're like the most? If someone was new to your channel, like what 2 or 3 videos would you say like these are the ones I'm most proud of, or you should check out first?
That's a good question. I mean, the nostalgia stuff is something I've kind of gone back to. Like I did a lot of those like when I first started on TikTok, where it was just kind of slideshow, or like I found like old pictures of stuff, like the water fountain, Place d'Orleans, like Super X, all these things that we all grew up on that don't exist anymore, the forgotten gems. And then I've kind of recreated that one where I have like my face on it, because it's more personal when you have somebody's face and kind of speaking to the camera instead of just like a slideshow on TikTok. So those nostalgic ones for sure. I think I'm going to start to do a few more of those, or kind of recycle some of the ones I did back when I started on TikTok in the summer, but do where I'm like talking to the camera and like describing it more so. But videos I'd point to, I mean, I have like my content kind of ranges. There's a lot of different stuff, but on the Instagram there, I have a couple big videos where I was like talking about where to find a romantic partner. And those ones did really big. Like that's my biggest video. I got 2.5 million 2.5 million views just on Instagram on that one.
Wow.
So I point to that one. I mean, sometimes it's funnier content like that. So I point to something like that where I'm being funnier. I point to one like the one you just mentioned about the forgotten gems, because I like to hit the nostalgic points, like the relatable stuff that people who grew up in Ottawa, like us, I think we all grew up around like the early 2000s. Those kinds of things. And just like another like informative, like I do a bit of more history stuff, so video like that. Those would be the few of the kind of videos I'd kind of point someone towards if they want to kind of get to know what contents I'm doing.
Nice. Are you sometimes shocked at certain videos that get more attention than others? Like maybe when you're cooking something up, you're like, oh, this is going to be a banger, and then not as much, not the reception you were expecting. Like, does that ever happen? And like, what is that kind of process like for you when you see the attention and all the comments you're getting? Like, are you surprised sometimes, or does it just vary?
And sometimes I kind of know for sure. Like I had made a video about like where to find a romantic partner in Ottawa, and that did pretty well. Like I just didn't done for Ottawa, and I was like, this did pretty well. Like what if I did for all of Canada? And I made the video. It took me like a few seconds to make the video, and I just like I had my drafts, and I was like, I knew this one's gonna be a banger, and it hit. But other times, like I do like the simple food videos, and I really don't think those are gonna go anywhere. Like I did one for a place in Montreal, and it was literally just taking Snapchats of the place. This was like early on. I just posted on TikTok. It did pretty crazy numbers, like another kind of few 100,000 views. And I'm thinking of like the impact these places have when I'm just like making these simple videos. And I love to just like to know I'm making an impact for people's businesses and stuff. But the food ones definitely catch me by surprise for sure. That's why I try to do them sometimes, because they usually get a lot of love. Sometimes I try and then they don't. So yeah, it's tough to really know what's going to do well and what's not.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Definitely the food audience is huge on social media, and crazy the influence you have. Myself, I liked your like if you went to this high school in Ottawa, this is what you probably did. Because I'm from Orleans, and the St. Peter's High School and the St. Matthew's High School, like it's pretty dead on actually. But I also find that content super specific and guided towards myself. I guess people that aren't from Ottawa don't really understand the joke. So are you going to be more geared towards like more specialized content like that, Pat, or more you try to reach like an audience outside of Canada, or do both, like what you're doing now, kind of?
I think my niche is definitely like Ottawa. I want to stick to Ottawa. I love the city. Like you said, kind of in the beginning of this episode, like very underrated city. Like we were overhated.
Oh, yeah.
So
Yes.
I love to kind of make content about Ottawa. I've met people have kind of recognized me in person lately, and they always say the same thing. They're like, Ottawa, people always say it's so boring, and they just love my content because it's like it makes it more exciting. You know, we're kind of putting it like I just want to put Ottawa on. So I definitely want to keep going the Ottawa route. Definitely some Canada stuff in general as well, but I don't think I'm going to get like outside of Canada. I think like I want to keep my content geared towards this country and especially the city. I love Ottawa. I kind of love how hated it is because like there's so much opportunity, kind of like there's just like endless amount of content to put out because people love to hate us.
Yeah.
But
and it's always from within too. Like I have always been like on the same wave as you. I feel like we're overly hated needlessly too. Like people from Ottawa just bash us because it's kind of the thing to do. But I love to hear that you're kind of waving the flag literally to fight against that like stigma, I guess, of Ottawa. Anyways, so no, I love to see
and I get it too. I get the Ottawa hate for sure. Like we've all kind of been there, and like sometimes it's true. Ottawa can be a little bit boring. And we had a bad rap, like the city where fun was forgotten or whatever they say. But sometimes boring is good, and we're one of the most intelligent cities in all of North America. And I think, intelligent people can be boring sometimes. I think we have like one of the most educated workforces in North America, I heard. And you think about it, people who are really smart, passionate about what they're doing. I mean, we're a government town. We're not trying to be Toronto. We're not trying to be Montreal. And that's why people hate on Ottawa, because we're only being compared to these big metropolitan cities. And we're not trying to be that, those exist. And if you're in Ottawa and you like that, then they're not too far. You can just drive 2 hours, you're in Montreal, 4 hours, you're in Toronto. Ottawa's got its own kind of thing, and we've got our own kind of culture, and we're going to start respecting us a little bit more, Put some respect on Ottawa.
Keep putting out content and the respect will grow. Is there any content that you're not doing right now that eventually you would like to be making? Like, be it like more exposure for Ottawa in like longer format version? Like, is there anything like that on the radar that we can expect?
It's a good question. Not on my mind right now. I mean, like I'm sticking to the kind of shorter form Reels and TikTok kind of format. But I definitely just want to start working more with places that I'm passionate about. Like if I want to do anything with this, is I just want to support places that I love. Like in Ottawa, I've thought about one place I really would want to work with is the Humane Society of Ottawa. Doing great things for animals and everything on the streets, especially. So just to be putting out, I just want to like I'm doing a lot of kind of informative stuff. Sometimes like some satire, some like funny kind of stuff, but going forward as things kind of keep growing, I really just want to do positive things for the city. I think that's the main thing. I want to be doing something that brings something good to places that I love, and not just food places. Like places like the Humane Society or like the Shepherds of Good Hope. Like do something for the homeless, something like that. That's one day. If I get enough of an audience, that's what I really would love to do, is just to sounds kind of performative, but I really just want to do some good, some good for the places that do great things for the city.
That's awesome, man.
And that is amazing. And bouncing off that, with the warmer weather coming up, do you see yourself going out and about more and filming more on the go, like, more vlogs and not guerrilla style, but like going on street level, and filming all these.
I've thought about it. Those kind of videos do well, like street interviews, stuff like that. To be honest, I'm kind of like an introverted, shy person. That's why like a lot of my videos easier for me to do in this room. My like home office right here is just like me and a camera and whatever. I don't know if it's in me to go out there, to go on the streets and doing stuff, but I've thought about it. It is getting a nice route. I do want to put myself out there more, get out of my comfort zone and be doing those things. So for sure, I'd like to. You know, I've got ideas written down that includes kind of being out there more, but I just I gotta put myself out there. I gotta get someone to film. I gotta do all that stuff.
I could see you doing a man on the street, honestly. Like maybe if the Sens make the playoffs, knock on wood, you kind of get out there and trying to get some feelers on. I don't know. I'm sure you could come up with something there, but I could see you doing that.
That'd be sweet.
Yeah, and that's an easy one too, where you're just talking about the Sens, right? Like it's easy. Like everyone's gonna be fired up if it's before a game or around like around like a restaurant or bar or something. There, like those videos, I feel like you're keeping it Ottawa central and then trying a different kind of content video as well.
Yeah, for sure. If one day I can work with the Suns too, that'd be a dream come true. Even just, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, if I could go, I mean, too bad. Like I'm kind of centrally located, and the stadium is pretty far getting out to Canada. But I mean, that would be cool one day to just like go out there and do the street interviews, people at the games, and I should kind of hone in on those kind of opportunities, especially, you know, if we make it to the playoffs, which it's looking pretty good right now. I think we're like at a 75% chance. So if we get out there, even just like on the Sens Mile, which is closer to me here on Elgin Street, that's a good idea.
Be something.
I'm gonna put you on the spot here, Pat. But like, speaking of opportunities, like if you could do this content creation as a full-time job and support yourself, would you quit your job and do this full time? Is this something you're that passionate about?
I'm definitely passionate about it. You know, I've got my own separate career. I want to follow that, and that's one thing that I've been kind of like. I've gotten so many people at my work always bringing up my videos. They always see it. Luckily, it's been nothing but like pretty good feedback for the most part, other than when they don't like a restaurant that I like. But no, I mean, if the opportunity was there to do it full time and I could support myself financially, that'd be great. But you know, I kind of want to keep going on my career path and kind of keep them separate. I do have a buddy who went to my elementary school, and that was part of the reason that almost inspired me to keep doing this, because he moved to Montreal and started doing Montreal content, and he really blew up, and he's gone to the point where he was actually able to quit his job, and he's doing it full time now. And Eric, you might even know. I'm not sure if you went to our elementary school or you just went to the same high school as Alex. But
same high school. I didn't go to Etoile de l'Est.
School, right? Yeah, he went to Etoile de l'Est. Like he grew up with me in Orleans as well, and he was doing music, and then decided to move to Montreal, and then had a couple of viral videos, and just kept doing that for the past couple of years. And I've seen him grow, and that was part of the inspiration for me to keep going. I was like, you know, if he can do it. You know, I've known him since I was a little kid, and I've just seen him do it. Different style content. It's not just about like Montreal, but he, I mean, I don't know. I kind of want it as like a side hustle. It'd be great if one day I can make some kind of money or something from it. Then that'd be nice. But I don't think I'd quit my day job. You know, I've got a good pension, benefits, and all that. I don't think social media can quite support that unless you're like big, which I don't think doing Ottawa content I'm going to reach those numbers.
That's a sound, rational response, Pat. As we are an educated society living in Ottawa, if I could make as much as I do working now, I would quit my job and do this full time. But Matt, what about you? I'm just gonna throw it out to you. Would you, if you had the chance to make like similar as much, would you quit or do this full time podcast?
Oh yeah, like. If what we're doing right now I could do for what I'm making at work right now, if I could talk about movies and TV shows and stuff I love,
See,
Pat, and then we'd blow up from there, right? We get a studio and everything.
This is the answer we were looking for, Pat. Come on, you got to go full-time content out here. But
yeah, the way you put it, you know, I would do it. Screw it.
Let's go. There we
go. If I'm making it at my job doing this, I mean, doing something you're passionate about, you love for sure. I mean, you can't beat that. Sure.
But no, a great side hustle, and honestly, like for us, we're not making any money doing this so far anyways. It's still time for growth, but you know, it's just a nice hobby to have where it's something that takes you, like you can put creative energy and time towards, and keeps you stimulated, motivated to, you know, come up with ideas and just have fun. Like for Matt and I, it's like cousins hanging out, and then bring someone on, chop it up for a bit. It's a good I think everyone needs something like that, and whether you're putting yourself out there or it's just something you do at home, like that's a must. Can't just clock in 40 plus hours a week and not have anything like this, I think anyways.
Yeah, absolutely.
How is another question though about the putting yourself out there, you said that you had been putting, as you said, cringy workout videos back in the day. Seeing as you have over the years put out a lot of content, maybe it wasn't as big of a leap to put yourself out there, but that first video recently, was that hard for you to, okay, I'm putting this out there with the hopes of hopefully people like this kind of thing? Like, how is that? Like, do you still have any, do you care when you post videos of like, if this gets a bunch of views or none, I don't really care? Like, or do you still have those feelings that I think a lot of people have with posting stuff on social media? Like, where are you at with that kind of?
I mean, I feel like once you get it, like a certain amount of numbers, you kind of expect to. So like it's tough when videos don't hit a little bit. So kind of set expectations for myself, but gotta like humble myself sometimes. Remember, like still very small in this whole social media world, and not every video is gonna do well. So gotta limit my expectations, not expect everything to kind of blow up, but definitely get worried. Like the video you mentioned about the high schools, I filmed that like 3 times, and every time I was like, I don't know if I should post this. Like, I don't want the school board coming after me. I kind of have to keep revising it and be very careful with what I say. And that's one thing with work too. Everyone kind of bringing it up. Like, I've gotta be careful with what I put out there. And as far as views and everything, I mean, you just gotta keep going. Like, we're can't be thinking about that too much. Like, gotta keep pumping them out. Some are gonna do well, some aren't. So
there's always the next video.
Well, I was gonna say, exactly. were there any nerves on the first video though, when you put that, like the first one out? Do you remember? Or?
Like, not really, because it kind of happened gradually. Like my early videos, I wasn't even really in them. It started on TikTok doing the kind of nostalgic stuff where I was finding old pictures and stuff. So nobody really saw my face, and then I don't even know when I started being in them, but it did. Like, I wasn't too worried about putting myself out there. Like you said, I mean, I've been doing gym videos. They never got views like this or anything, but yeah, I wasn't too worried about that. Now more so, I'm just worried about what I say. Like, you got to be careful. You know, I'm realizing the real world impact of putting myself out there. And just recently getting recognized in the streets of Ottawa has been kind of a crazy thing. Like, it's one thing to see your likes and follows and everything online, but then when it translates to the real world and people are coming up to you, made me realize, like, I gotta be real careful if especially some of the stuff I can put out is kind of, you know, I'm kind of rage baiting, or I'm kind of like putting some heat on some, making some jokes about high schools or assumptions of how people are, neighborhoods in Ottawa. But so far, it's been nothing but love. So, but I do got to be careful for sure. I definitely think about that with the videos.
Eagerly anticipating the French high school video. Garneau, I'm sure, will have nothing but glowing reviews to say.
I've been working on part 2 for sure of the high schools.
Awesome.
People, I mean, you know, I'm from the East End, so that's why people in the comments were like, this was really just the east side of Ottawa. So I got a lot of people saying how to do the west side. So I think that'll be part 2, and then maybe after that, French high schools. And I may try to speak in French for the video. We'll see.
That'd be cool. Even though you're just doing Ottawa, there's so much content still out there for you to do, and even like second and third parts to existing videos. I really like the bar video you did. You know, I think your number 1 was like a bar beneath the church, right, in the market.
Yeah, Bridget's Wall. Shout out Bridget's Wall. I love that place.
Bridget's Wall. I never heard of it, and I had to look it up. I was like, "There's no way." And I know you weren't lying, but like I was like, I gotta see what it looks like, and I looked it up. I'm like, I walked by there a million times. I didn't even in that area. I didn't even know it existed. This is why I love your videos, because I'm learning and getting smarter watching them, and laughing too at some of the more comic ones. Like, I'm a big fan of like top 5 any videos, and when it's food or like little places, hidden gems, big fan of that. Love that content, and I think you have lots more to do as well. Does content creation, Pat, interfere with your day-to-day life sometimes? Like, you're got a date with the girlfriend, and it's like, I gotta get this, and like, does it interfere with your life, or it's a hobby, so there's no rush to get it out? It'll wait another day. Like, how's the scheduling
question.
going?
I mean, yeah, I feel it doesn't really affect my day to day personally, but I feel like my girlfriend would probably disagree with that, because she kind of gets on me sometimes. Like, sometimes I'm too focused on wanting to get some videos done and take away our time together. But I mean, like, I've got no set schedule. I just try to write down all my ideas, and then usually, like, on Sunday I try to do like 3 or 4 videos, and then edit them throughout the week, and then they don't always make it. But I mean, it's not super time consuming. It's just kind of more so like, it's always kind of on my mind. I'm always trying to think of ideas, and I get kind of down on myself when I don't film for a little bit, or I'm like, I feel like this expectation to keep the momentum going as I've got this kind of thing, and I want to try to keep posting, but I've had like a week where I'm not really happy with the video that I made, or like, I just don't really have anything, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna fall off now, like, but I've got to unlearn that, and just keep going, be patient. I feel like that's one thing I got to practice with this, is just be patient. Like, the ideas and the videos will come with time. So that's how it more so affects my day-to-day life, is just like mentally, just like always kind of on my mind. It's like almost I'm just like thinking about it too much. But it's not like, the videos don't take too long to make. I take like a couple hours out of my week, not even to like film them, and then editing. I'm doing that while I'm on the bike, like I said, so I'm kind of able to multitask and do 2 things at once.
I know you kind of touched on it earlier, but what are you editing on? Is everything is shot on your phone, I'm assuming, right? And are you editing on your phone as well? And if so, like, what's that process like? You said you enjoy it. It's something that's like relatively easy for you to do, but what are you editing on exactly? And like, that green screen, do you have a green screen at home? Like, I see people who have those kind of videos. I don't know how they do that. So just, if you want to shed some light.
That's just right on TikTok. I do all my editing mostly through TikTok. Sometimes CapCut, which is a big editing app for TikTok videos, and the green screen is just a filter that you can use on CapCut. You don't have to have an actual. I film it right here with the background you see, and it kind of gets it all out of there.
Like, you must have a blue screen at home or something. Like,
no, it's that easy. I just enjoy that in process, because I mean, it kind of can zone out and just happen. Kind of making my own stuff, and I always kind of wanted to do that. As I've always watched different content creators, I was kind of curious as well, like how they do the editing, and now to be doing it on my own just kind of like feels good.
Nice.
Do you consume a lot of content like your own, Patrick, for like ideas and inspirations, or
For sure. Yeah, that's where I get some inspiration. Like, some of my videos were inspired by others, for sure. Like, I consumed a lot of different nostalgic stuff. I've always been interested in history. I've been on like this Facebook group about old Ottawa, so a lot of those kinds of ideas came from that Facebook group. And I was like, I don't know what it is about nostalgia. It kind of hits something. And so I was watching a lot of those. So that's what inspired me to do the first video about the Rideau Center. Like, I was deep in Reddit looking for old videos of Rideau Center, because I always kind of had this picture of what it used to look like in the early 2010s. And like, I used to go to Rich Tree a lot with my dad and all these things. And I kind of wanted to see it. And then I found a video through Reddit, and I found a YouTube video, and I was like so excited to show my girlfriend. I was like, I just want to show more people. I don't know who to show this to other than like my girlfriend. We always talk about like the glass elevators that used to be at Rideau, and different stuff like that. And I was like, what if I just like clipped it and made like a 1-minute video with like that nostalgic aquatic ambience? Because I'd seen videos, like I consume a lot of those videos, and I'd seen some for other places, and I put it out there, and I just loved seeing all the comments, everyone reminiscing on all their memories, going on the roof of the Rideau Center, and I just loved seeing like so many people connect with that. It was like, I just wanted to show everyone I knew who would understand this, and by putting it out there, like, it was crazy to see all the feedback, and I just kept doing that. That's where the Place d'Orleans water fountain came up, I did one way back. If you guys remember in Plaster Orleans, there used to be that little play area by the food court. Do you guys remember that?
Oh yeah, of course. Made a living in that spot.
I did that
cave.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
that was fun. I just love connecting with people like that who grew up around the same things. Like we all feel kind of connected with our memories, our early childhood memories.
Yeah, and that's something that you can. That's so easy to connect with an audience on that too, right? Especially when you're keeping it to like an area like you have with like you've tapped that, you've cornered that market of especially like Eastern Ottawa. That's where like I feel like the people who are asking for Western high school ratings like those, that must be a little harder for you to give like an honest opinion on, like, okay, if you went to this high school then you were like, if you don't know, like I think that would be
and
less.
I kind of got to rely on the research part of it.
Yeah,
the high schools, a lot of them were, you know, like you said, like St. Matt, St. Pete's, these are the stereotypes that I've always known. So it's easy to make that, and then everyone's like naming all these high schools on the West End. I'm like, I don't have that knowledge in me. I have to do on a deep dive. This kind of information that is not on the internet.
Or that just gets like left to the wayside. You know, sorry, and I don't. If it won't be as authentic, maybe, I don't know. And only you'll know when you do the video there. But I feel like those videos with you having that actual experience of knowing what it's like there, like that's probably why it's hitting even more. And then you're just enraging people because they're not given the representation, so it's a win-win. A lot of comments and authentic experience in the video.
Exactly. Some people are like, how could you leave this high school out? Like I left out St. Pat's, which was right next to Ridgemont. I knew that too. I had St. Pat's originally and I kind of took it out, but there were just a lot of high schools. People were upset I left like Ashbury, but we'll see in part 2 if I get to making that. Well, I'll do the best I can with the tools I have available to me.
How do you deal with those comments, like like trolls or rage comments? Do you give them the time of day, or do you just ignore? Or what's your strategy?
I've never acknowledged comments. I'm just kind of like,
really, okay.
Yeah, I just let them be. Like I never engage with them.
Okay, fair. That's a time consuming task too. Like that, you can spend hours doing that.
Oh yeah, they're just fun to read. Sometimes it's tough to never read all of them. There's just like a lot of them, but just like.
Have you had any comments that like shocked you, or it's been most like people just kind of mad about something that's left off kind of thing, or were there? You say you don't really read the comments, but have there been any that stood out that you may not have off the top of your head there, but?
Yeah, I can't really think of any crazy comments.
Yeah,
but
that's good.
So I love some of the comments. Some of them are just so funny though. That's the best part. Just seeing, like I did this one video or I did this one TikTok that was just kind of like these are the hidden gems of Ottawa, and it was like a slideshow, and it was actually just on my trip when I went to Ireland and Scotland, and the comments were just being like naming off other places in Ottawa, and it was like a picture of something that's completely different, and those were just hilarious. It was when people get the joke, but then there's the people who don't get the joke, who don't get the sarcasm. Like I did one about like all the hoods in Ottawa.
Yes,
and it was the most affluent neighborhoods in Ottawa, like Rockwood, and it was like it's fun too to see the difference between TikTok and Instagram. Because like on Instagram, I felt like everybody got the joke, everyone was in on it, and then on TikTok, people were like these are hoods in Ottawa. These are like they just didn't get it.
Yeah.
But it's hilarious. They're hilarious to read.
That was a good video. After the Vanier, I knew right away it was like just for laughs.
Yeah,
and then everyone in the comments
just to like think it's real, and then
and everyone in the comments thought you were serious, and then people are defending you. Thank God you have people with reason in your comments. Like, guys, he's just doing this. Like, he's naming the good stuff. That was good. Yeah, but you said it with a serious tone. It was beautiful.
Yeah, it was good. And that's the one thing too is I never really respond to comments, but I see other people defending me for me. So I'm like, there's always someone out there who's got, I don't know who they are, but they've got my back. They get it. So
perfect.
Yeah.
Nice. But yeah, in terms of content, I'm just thinking like you started off, it was the workout game that started it all. Could we see a return to maybe some workout videos in a different fashion? Like, is that something you've given any thought to, bringing it back to that, but with a spin, or leaving it in the past.
It's kind of tough, like that. The fitness world is just so saturated with creators. That's one thing. Like, unless you're doing something crazy, like I was just putting out my lifts. You know, sometimes just some like random edits of me working out. They never went anywhere. It's like, I've got a couple buddies who just do like gym content, and I mean, I don't think I'll be returning to it.
Okay.
Like I have a buddy who owns a private gym studio in Ottawa, and he kind of wanted to do something. So maybe like a collab with him, you know, like just to do that. But I think, you know, I've kind of realized what my niche is, and it's just doing Ottawa content and stick to that.
You post his
gym.
Could be
like a top. Go ahead. Like a top 5, what gym you go to says about you in Ottawa, and it's like fit for less, anytime, good life.
That's a good one.
That's
I gotta note that down.
Great idea, and then you just cut it up with like clips of you working out at those gyms too. Yeah. Dips, weight chains. Yeah, it could be something there.
That's good for less one I could think of that for a little bit. That'd be good. I did do like a top 5 gyms in general in Ottawa, or like based on kind of like, it wasn't like top 5, but it was like, well, what's the best gym for like women, and I promote body because they have like a great women's section. I put like best personal training gym because I could kind of support my friend's gym, that kind of thing. So that was the kind of only fitness thing I've done since. But I like that idea. I might have to steal that for what your gym says about you in Ottawa.
That's a great idea. Nice. I had something else I forgot now, though.
No, I mean, you can, is there any other videos you want to highlight, Pat? Like, I didn't consume them all because I was just I was like scrolling endlessly, but any other videos you want to highlight that you're super proud of that maybe didn't get as many views, or any upcoming
I just did one like this past week. It was just kind of like an ad, actually. It was for Laser Max, and I was pretty proud of it. Like, I've had a lot of kind of different places reach out, and I've been more selective of like who I'm gonna collab with. But Laser Max reached out to me, which was the old Laser Quest. Same location, same everything.
Cool.
I mean, those never really do well. I feel like the algorithm kind of picks up on the fact that it's more of an ad because I tag them or whatever, and like I put like their location or whatever. But I'm proud of that one because it was kind of like, this is somewhere that I went to growing up. And I made kind of a video on TikTok when I was doing the nostalgia stuff about Laser Quest. I don't know if that's how they found me, but like they messaged me, they reached out, like Laser Max North America. I think they bought out Laser Quest. And invited me, and I was able to bring my friends, and just a quick little video. I just did like a POV, like reminiscing on or reliving your core childhood memories at laser tag. Didn't do great, but I'd love to highlight something like that, like being able to collab with places that I genuinely love. And the great thing about Laser Max, they really haven't changed what it was. It's still Laser Quest. Like they updated the kind of front room and like the arcade area, but they still have like the player's code and everything. So doing that, it was just like, it was really cool to kind of go somewhere that I went to growing up, and now they're reaching out to me. It kind of it was like a full circle moment almost, where I was like able to kind of do something with a place I love, and that's what I want to keep doing, is just support places that I like, or places that I'm passionate about.
I saw that video, and watching that just brought me back to going there. We used to go there all the time. Like, that was the classic like birthday party.
Yeah.
From whatever age, like 9 to like 15, maybe, in that kind of range. So much fun. And underrated. I feel like, dude, that must have been a blast to do that, like as an adult now, like going back, like how fun was
cool.
that? Yeah.
It was cool to just be able to bring my friends and just kind of do something that they love to do. And yeah, it was definitely a cool experience. Love that place. And it was really cool when they reached out, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm down to do this. This is cool.
Do you have any videos so this is going to come out on Monday. Do you have any videos that you can kind of tease, or stuff that you got in the works that you're planning on dropping that you're looking forward to, or keeping things close to the chest?
I don't know. I've got a couple of videos I gotta edit. I don't even really, to be honest, I can't even recall what I filmed last Sunday. I still gotta edit them, but I want to do something about the Sens, so that might be coming up.
Nice.
Kind of also just like a history nostalgic thing. Like it was like celebrities who have worn a Sens jersey. And I found this old picture of Biggie Smalls randomly. He was here in like the '90s wearing a Sens jersey in front of like the like the National Defense Headquarters, and you kind of see in the background. So I see these things online, and that inspires me. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna do something like that. So might see that in the works coming up, but yeah, that's about it.
Nice, man.
Yeah, what you're doing for with your content, Pat, like what you're doing for Ottawa historically and for entertainment and for making people discover new bars and restaurants and pizza and all these new things is amazing. And you're definitely making Ottawa a better city. Like you're showing people how awesome Ottawa is, basically, and that's always a great thing. I mean, it's the city we've all grown up in and live in, and I mean, I love Ottawa myself, so I'm super happy with your content. I'm pretty sure, like, I used to big on TikTok, just like scrolling through it, and I'm pretty sure I came across your videos before Eric told me about your account, so you definitely popped up in my algorithm. Yeah.
Yeah, I love the city too. You know, I feel like I did a video with my buddy that I mentioned who moved to Montreal and kind of blew up. We did one about Ottawa. Maybe that's something I could highlight. We did a collab there, and he kind of roasted Ottawa too. He's like he was one of those people who like left Ottawa, and I was like, he I think he like asked me like, would I move to Montreal? And I love Montreal. Like, Montreal is one of my favorite cities. Would I move to another city or something like that? And I was like, I wanna do things for this city. This is a city that I grew up in. I just love to be able to put Ottawa on any capacity that I can and support the places that I grew up going to, like Laser Quest, or places that I've loved.
Nice.
So yeah. Appreciate the love for that. Just love doing things for the city and being able to kind of support businesses. The best part of this, the DMs I get from people, and
yeah, man,
makes it all worth it. Yeah.
No, you're killing it. It's fun to see like the representation on both sides, lighthearted jabs, and then also bringing awareness to the city and stuff that people may not know about. So no, you're doing a great job. Keep it up, man.
Appreciate it. There's one thing I just thought of, not a comment, but a DM I got. I want to highlight because this was like a super cool moment. I made this one video talking about the Sens, where I was just kind of like talking about like the 06, 07 Sens, and Ray Emery's brother messaged me and was like telling me that he showed his whole family and everything, and that was one of the coolest moments. It was just kind of like, wow, this reached Ray Emery's brother. Rest in peace to Ray, absolute legend, Razor Ray.
Yeah.
So that was just a really cool moment. He was like, he said he showed his whole family and everything like that, and I was just like, that's awesome.
That is unreal, man.
That was more shocking. Not a comment, but a DM I got, and I was like, wow, that's cool.
That's sick.
That's awesome. Yeah. Wow.
But yeah, I mean, I think that's all I had in terms of like questions on the topic of the grind of pumping out content. Matt, did you have anything else you wanted to go over?
Not really. Just like Pat, what would you say to someone who would want to get into the game, like what you're doing now on TikTok and Instagram? Like, what advice would you give to a beginner?
I would say just do it. Just don't be afraid to don't be like, like I mentioned, some of my old gym videos were kind of cringe. Like, don't be afraid to be cringe. Just like, don't be afraid to put yourself out there. Just be consistent, keep going, even if it doesn't go anywhere at first. I was doing gym videos for probably 3 years, never went anywhere. Kind of hit a new niche, did some like Ottawa, Canada content, and it's kind of starting to pick up a little bit. So just keep going. If you start, don't be afraid to start, and once you do, just keep going, keep posting, keep being consistent, and just don't be afraid of people's opinion.
Yeah. Great
advice.
question. Yeah. Great advice, Pat. So one thing we do on the pod here at the end, I should have given you a heads up here, didn't. It's gonna put you on the spot here. Is we do something called just random recommendations. We talk about a few things that we're either watching, listening to, reading, be it books. Do you have anything right now that you're consuming that you kind of just want to share with the people as a recommendation for? Like I said, it could be literally it could be a pizza spot for anything you want. So, is there anything that you'd like to recommend to the people? Other than your content,
watch the Sens. You know, the Sens were we beat Detroit last night. You know, probably most, you know, knock on wood, going to the playoffs. You know, the Leafs have no chance of the playoffs. So I would tell anybody to watch anything right now, it would be to support the Ottawa Senators, because people love to hate on the Sens just like they love to hate on the city. They're like the 7 Sens fans, and you know, well, look at us now, you know, despite all the odds. We always, you know, Ottawa, the Sens have always had grit. You know, that's one thing the Leafs don't have. But other than that, I know you guys do a lot of movie stuff. So I was like, I recently watched Begonia, I think that's what it's called, on Prime. That was honestly one of the best movies I've seen in a few years. That was a really good movie. So
yeah, I love that.
Yeah, that was great.
I dug that one too.
Definitely kept you guessing like the whole time. I was kind of on going back and forth on like, is she an alien? Is she not? No, really good stuff. And Jesse Plemons, always killer. Yeah, Emma Stone,
incredible performance. I don't know how he wasn't. He wasn't nominated for an Oscar. It was pretty incredible performance, and it was a really good movie.
Yeah, no,
crazy
really
ending.
Nice.
No spoilers, but like really good movie. And I haven't really watched too many new movies. 2025, like I still got to watch Sinners and stuff. But I know you guys are big into the movies, especially Matt. Like I know you do a lot of the kind of movie reviews here. So I was thinking that I was like, if they ask about movies, I'm gonna mention I'm gonna mention that movie, because I saw it just last week and I was like, wow,
nice,
well done.
That was really good.
Yeah, definitely. Like, I used to have an Instagram page where it drove me to anxiety, because I want to post pictures of what I would buy, like all my Blu-rays and DVDs I would buy, and like I got to the point where I had to delete everything because I was so stressed out, like having to post every week and all the comments, and I just deleted everything. So that's my experience with social media. And
that, you gotta bring it back and just keep going.
Yeah, I have kind of now on Instagram. I haven't posted in 4 years now, or 5 years, but I should start it up again. You're right. I don't buy as much anymore, but I should post more movie stuff. Thank you. You know what? That might be the kick in the butt I need.
Yeah, you gotta do it.
Yeah, I do. Just do it, like you said. Don't even think about it. Post it, caption, whatever. All right, I love it.
Don't even read the comments. Just like you know.
Are you reading anything?
Take it lightheartedly.
Yeah, true. Are you reading anything right now, Pat, or TV shows or?
Not a big reader. That's why I gotta get on the Kindle, because like the way you were kind of describing it, I was like, you know what, I didn't think a Kindle would be for me, but like I think that's what might motivate me to read more books and TV shows. I don't watch too many TV shows. I kind of just watch whatever my girlfriend's watching, which is a lot of reality TV. Like she's big on like the Mormon Wives.
Apparently that's a banger.
Yeah, my brother's big into it. I don't know if Alex told you.
No, he hasn't. He kept that one to himself, and I'll definitely bring it up next time I see him.
And every time he's in Ottawa and he's like talking to my girlfriend, they're always talking about the Mormon Wives, and I'm so out of the loop. So I'm kind of, and now there's like a lot of drama over the Bachelorette. You know, if you've seen any of that, like one of the girls from the Mormon Wives is on it. I don't know. I just kind of watch whatever she's watching. There's a lot of those reality TV shows, and there's a lot of just drama and stuff. But my favorite show of all time is definitely Breaking Bad. Kind of a classic. Gotta put them on, but nothing I'm watching right now. Yeah,
that's fair. What about you, Eric?
Me, so yeah, I've been to theater a few times the last few weeks. I'll talk about the last one I saw. So I did go out and see Project Hail Mary starring Ryan Gosling. So probably the biggest movie that's come out so far this year. Definitely one to see in theater. So if you're not aware, it's Ryan Gosling plays a high school teacher, and with extensive, I forget exactly what his background is in science there, but he's tapped for this big project to essentially join this task force to save the Earth, basically. Like, the sun is dying. They need to send some people out to space, and he ends up on this task force. And along the way, like, this is in the trailer, so it's not a spoiler, he meets an alien along the way in space who is also on a similar journey to save his planet. They bond, and just a great feel-good movie, I'd say, with way more humor than I was expecting. Like, this is definitely, like, had shades of almost like Marvel kind of quips, like bringing up a lot of the same jokes back and forth. And the theater I was in, it was a packed house, IMAX. They were dying the whole time. Not everything was working for me, but overall I'd say it's a funny movie. Like, I don't think you'll watch this movie and not crack a smile one time. So it's a good feel-good movie. Some sad moments for sure. I mean, the alien is like, it's a pile of rocks, but it'll have you in a puddle at some point in the movie. No, not a spoiler, but just like, come on, when there's an alien in there and just a few characters, there's bound to be some emotional stuff in there. But yeah, no, really good. The visuals are amazing. Like, I'm glad I saw it in IMAX for sure. It's I haven't seen a movie in IMAX since Dune Part 2, so this is definitely one that almost matched, in my opinion, the Dune 2 level of visuals and stuff. But I definitely recommend seeing this in theater. Go out there. Doesn't need to be IMAX, but I thought it was like really sharp to see in that format. Project.
No, yeah, we'll check it out.
Yeah.
Dune 2 was incredible. I saw that in IMAX too. What an incredible visuals movie. I mean, you guys pumped for a Dune 3?
Oh, I was just going to say, yeah.
I was praying the trailer would play before Project Hail Mary, and it did, and it looked unreal. I can't wait for Dune 3. That's my most anticipated movie of the year, no doubt.
Yeah. That's going to be good.
Yeah, we'll have a nice treat at the end of the year this year with all the big stuff coming out.
Definitely.
How do you guys feel about Chalamet not winning the... Because I saw in your last podcast, you were talking about Marty Supreme and how you liked it.
Yeah. I mean, I was honestly happy for Michael B. Jordan. I like him as an actor, and I've seen interviews of him. Seems like a great guy, and he seemed shocked that he won. So I was happy for him in the moment. I did want Timo to win, but I think the Academy honestly has like an issue with him. There's not a fan of his style.
He was getting all night with the ballet opera stuff.
Not great comments, but since the Dune 3... He kind of
did it to himself. But...
He did, for sure. Since the Dune 3 trailers dropped, those have been long forgotten, and everyone's back on the hype train for him. But, yeah. I like Marty Supreme. I don't know if you saw it. You said you haven't seen Sinners, but I liked him.
Yeah, I didn't really watch too many movies in theaters this past year. Marty Supreme is the one I really wanted to see, and I just kept... I kept missing the opportunity. I really wanted to see it when it was out at like the Mayfair or Bytown. Shout out those like smaller theaters here in Ottawa. That's cool. But they kept playing at like times that I couldn't. Like they were in the middle of the week or like late on a Sunday, and I was busy or something like that. But I gotta watch it. For sure.
It was a good movie for sure, and he was really good in the movie. Like he's the driving force of that movie. So. Yeah. Definitely, yeah. He would have been a worthy winner, but good for Michael B. Jordan. Sinner's a great movie too. So.
Yeah, I gotta check.
What I loved was everyone else's reaction when Michael B. Jordan won. Like they were all happy for him. That brought a smile to my face. And I truly believe Timothée Chalamet, like he rose so fast and got all these nominations right away. Like the Academy is gonna make him wait to win an Oscar. I'm sad to say. Like he's gonna have a Leo moment in 20 years where it's like, how come he hasn't won yet? Okay, he's winning for this movie no matter what. There's gonna be a year where it's gonna be so uncontested, his win, because he hasn't won in the past. That's what I sadly think is going to happen with him.
I think he should have won last year. I heard you say that.
Yeah, right. Bob Dylan.
Performance as Bob Dylan, like that was incredible. I really wanted him to win, and he would have been the youngest.
Yeah.
I think he would have beat what's the name who ended up winning?
Adrian Brody.
Yeah, for doing AI. Like
honestly, I think he should have been nominated for Dune 2 over Bob Dylan. Like I loved him as Bob Dylan, but I think he's better in Dune 2 as Paul.
Yeah.
Like can't go wrong with either one, honestly.
No.
But,
it's like being nominated for both almost, and then just saying it's for the Bob Dylan movie. I'm only gonna recommend one thing that I absolutely loved. I can't remember if I mentioned it on the podcast already, but I finished it. This is a mini series that I finished, a limited series from HBO from 2019. number 4 or 5 highest ranked TV show of all, or miniseries TV show of all time on IMDb. This is Chernobyl from 2019. It's about the nuclear reactor explosion in 1986 or 87 in Kiev, or in Ukraine, near Kiev. There's 5 episodes, an hour long. Some of the best acting, storytelling, visuals I've ever seen in a show. It's really about the storytelling and just every scene that follows the next is like it culminates into an epic like finale. Where I watched the finale twice. Like the last episode I watched twice, like in a row, because I loved it. I had to show my girlfriend, but I loved it so much. The escalation to the end, and like the reasoning onto why this reactor meltdown happened, the reason, the cover up, the political ties with the USSR, because this happened in the USSR, and it there's political implications. The acting, like I mentioned, Jared Harris and Stellan Skarsgård, Emily Watson, phenomenal in this show. Like, this is the best acting as good as any other acting you've seen. And HBO does this. The quality is unreal for any HBO product. Hopefully for the new Harry Potter series is the same thing. But Chernobyl deserves its ranking that high. Like, it's like a 9.4 out of 10 maybe on IMDb. Like, it's super highly ranked, but honestly, it deserves it. And it's super easy to watch. It's like 5 hours long. Very fascinating stuff. I didn't know anything about it before watching the show, and I learned so much watching it. So Chernobyl, it's a must-watch for TV.
Yeah, have you seen it,
I've
Pat?
always wanted to check it out, and like I remember when it came out in 2019, I wanted to check it out, and I actually had just started it. I was in the States at my girlfriend's aunt's place, and she had, because I don't have HBO or Crave, and on my last day there, I started because I was like alone at the house for a little bit. I had nothing to do, and I finally started it, and then I didn't have time to watch it further. So I've got to get like on the subscription and watch it, especially after that review, because sounds really good. I've always kind of wanted to check it out, so I've got to finish it.
Yeah, I've watched it a long time ago. I should rerun it, honestly. I remember being blown away by it as well. It's the quality, like HBO, they don't really miss with these shows. It's rare when one of their shows isn't good, and this one is like above and beyond for sure. So I definitely recommend, if you've seen it, even like go back or watch the finale twice in a row, for God's sakes. That's how good it is. So I definitely recommend it as well. Chernobyl, elite.
On this topic, what do you guys think about Heat of a Rivalry?
I haven't seen it, honestly. My wife watched it. She crushed it. She was a big fan. It's become like a massive phenomenon. Have either of you watched? Like, it's good to see that it's growing the game of hockey in like another demographic who may not have been following as much there, but I haven't seen it yet, so I can't fully comment.
I saw it. I thought it was great, and touching on Ottawa, I mean, Ottawa's a lot in it. I mean, it was filmed in Hamilton, I believe. And apparently they're going to be like filming season 2 in Ottawa, because one of the main characters from the show is from Ottawa. And then the end of the first season kind of ends it off where there's going to be more stuff happening in Ottawa. So that's what's great. And I honestly really enjoyed it. I thought it was a really good show.
Nice.
I saw the rating it was getting, like the accolades it was getting, and I did indeed watch the show with my girlfriend was interested in watching it, so I thought, all right, I'll watch it. No, I could have watched it. Like, I was interested in watching it. I'm not going to use that excuse that she wanted to watch it, so I watched it. But no, I thought it was amazingly done. Didn't even really have to be about hockey. Like, it's about relationships and like stuff you're hiding from people, and some people are ready, some people are not ready to come out. Like, it's a good drama. A very good drama, good script, great acting, with hockey as the background, so it's like relatable in that respect. Like, we understand what's going on with the hockey season and the playoffs and all that stuff. So very easy to watch too. It's like 6 episodes.
It's a great show. And it reminded me of, because when I was in the States, I had access to these streaming services. I didn't watch it. That's when I watched Heated Rivalry, and I was watching this new show called Landman. And I couldn't, it was so good, but I lost kind of, like, I'd have to, like, illegally stream it or get, I think it's on Paramount or something like that. But that was a really good show that I started. I want to continue.
I haven't started.
So many shows, impossible to keep up with everything. Like all those Paramount shows, I'm out of the loop on. But Landman, I've definitely like that. I think that's the one I'd consider. Like I don't want to get into the Yellowstone universe. There's like 17 spin-offs. Like I don't have time for this right now. You know, so
I can't.
The Yellowverse.
Yeah, exactly. So
that's awesome.
Yeah,
I don't have anything else to recommend.
I'll just throw out there Hopper's new Pixar movie.
Oh, yeah.
Great stuff. Honestly, the trailer kind of makes it look goofy. Just real quick, it's about this girl who's trying to save like a glade in her neighborhood where she grew up, and the wildlife is disappearing. They need a beaver to come back to the glade to restore the wildlife, the natural order. There's a university that's got this program where they're putting human consciousness into a robot, like a robotic beaver, so the girl becomes a beaver, goes out in the woods trying to bring a beaver back to the glade. It's great stuff, honestly. It starts off kind of weird. 20-30 minutes in, my wife and I are both like, I thought this was supposed to be good, and then it kept getting better and better. So I think it's a good return to form for Pixar, coming off of, like, I don't know, I haven't seen them there, but Elementals, Elio, haven't heard great things myself, but Hoppers, check it out. Good stuff.
Yeah, check it out.
Yeah.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, I want to watch it.
Telling you, it starts off, don't be deterred if you're not into it at the start. It gets better. For sure. I don't know if you've seen, Pat, The Wild Robot. Have you seen that? That came out a few years ago. Animated movie.
So.
Great movie.
It's similar to, I'd say it's pretty similar to that. Not, like, Wild Robot was better, but it was solid. I liked it.
Okay, that's a Pixar.
Pixar, yeah.
Pixar? Okay.
A new age Pixar classic, some are saying. But, I mean, that's all I've got for today as well. No. A lot of fun, Pat. Thanks a lot for coming on. Great to chat with you and about what you're doing, and going to be supporting, have been and going to be going forward, and can't wait to see what else you put out there for the people and the awareness you keep raising for the Ottawa scene. Any final notes for the listeners?
No, I appreciate you guys having me on. You know, keep doing what you guys are doing. Love it. I'm gonna keep listening to the podcasts, and final message: just be kind. You know, be kind to everybody. Kindness is strength. That's what I like to think, or what I like to kind of keep in mind. That's it. That's my final message.
All right, love it. Matt, as per usual, great stuff. Any final notes for the listeners?
Just thank you, everybody, for listening, and especially you, Pat. Thank you for coming on the podcast. You were amazing. Like, you're one of my favorite guests we've ever had. I had a blast talking to you. You spoke super well and told great stories, and loved hearing you talk about your videos. Thank you for coming on, and I hope everyone is enjoying spring right now and having fun with the hockey and the baseball that's about to start, the Blue Jays, and I hope you're all having a good time right now, and thank you.
Well said, Matt. So thanks a lot, everybody, for listening. Stay tuned for episodes dropping every 2 Mondays. Continue to enjoy the Sens. Keep stacking up dubs. Let's get into the playoffs once again. Let's see Pat do a man on the street video in front of the CTC, and
Oh yeah.
Peace.
Thanks, guys. See ya.